Good morning, everyone. Buenos días, buongiorno. Michael Guerra here with Guerra Associates.
Regresa de Francia y he don't know how to act.
Oui. No, we're happy to be here. We have a special guest today, David with
True Homes. David from True Homes. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. No, I appreciate you having me. I mean, talk with you all the time about like how we can help people not just get a house, but get a low monthly payment or build wealth. And yeah, I mean, I talk to Guerra team all the time, and I like them because they're just in the community. Like I think I don't see anyone more, especially in the Latino community. So we're gonna talk English, Spanglish, Spanish, a little everything. French, I guess now.
Wait.
But
no, we're happy to have you here. I think we have really great information that we're gonna be sharing today for the community, because I think there's a lot of opportunities that people are probably missing out.
Yeah.
You wanna tell us a little bit more, Omar? We're gonna be talking today.
So you know, we'll be going over just like the new construction options that you have right now. You know, go over price points, just go over different programs, because I know you also are also in the community, and I think one of the biggest things that we want to do is just get the information out.
Yep.
Right. There's a lot of information that if we don't have as agents, we can't get it out to our clients. And I think out of like all the people that we partner up with, like you have a lot of good information, man, which is why we have you here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it's like when you
that.
tell me, I'm like, dang, dude, like I gotta get this out to the people.
And what's the good news? Let's the good news.
You
like, know? Why we really want to share to the community right now? What are you seeing right now? What do you have?
It's possible. That's the information. It's possible. The Latino community says it all the time. Sí se puede, right?
Yeah.
But it's true. It's like I was talking to you earlier. It's a little hard, and you're in the profession and you don't know this stuff. I'm in the profession, I don't know this stuff. It's like searching for a college scholarship. I don't know if anyone who's listening right now ever tried to apply for a scholarship, but you got a scholarship for everything. You're a female, you're Latino, you're missing a leg. There's just so many out there, and if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
So we're here to say it's possible. There's stuff out there, you just don't know about it, but you can't just assume that there's nothing.
Absolutely.
You got to look for it. I look for it. So that's where I'm a little bit different, because I joined True Homes because my first house was a true home. My next two I built, but they were not a true home.
Yeah.
That's why I work for them, because I've seen the difference, not just in like the product. So the product's one thing, we could talk about that. But like the people, we're a local builder, so we're only here in the Carolinas. So already the culture is very, how do we help affordable housing? How do we help the little guy? It's not just you walk in my door, your transaction. It's really friends and family. So I go one step above that, and I'm like, okay, well, we have really good prices, but what about the monthly payment? So that's like one of the things we're going to talk about is like, what are some of these loan programs that I'm talking to people all the time, like, how do you fix that problem? Because Charlotte's not stopping.
Yeah.
Like Charlotte's, it's getting pricier and pricier. It's getting harder.
So right now, what's the interest rate right now, normal?
What are we around, like 6.5?
6.6, 6.5, which is great right now.
And you, at your community, you be helping out a lot of people already. Can you tell us a little bit more of that program or the few programs that you have right now? Because you mentioned some USDA.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more, what you say, like 4.5?
4.5. There's programs that are 3.75.
Wow.
Like, right, there's stuff out there, especially for new construction. And the reason being is that with new construction, there's no like emotional tie to the house. I'm the seller, right? Like True Homes, we're selling these homes. We don't have an emotional tie to it. This is just a profit business. You buy a house on the market, you're paying top dollar right now because they've invested into that house. They don't want to discount it, right? We will do that to help the little guy. We have promotions, like a lot of new construction companies are offering lower interest rates if you use their lenders. I go beyond that and I'm like, what if they don't use our lenders? What else is out there, right? Like we have clients that do the 3-2-1 buy down, right? So we're giving you money to buy down lower interest rates for a short period of time. Then we have this USDA Direct program that I found. It's a government program, no lender can offer this, where they're offering a 4.5 interest rate.
Wow.
Plus extra assistance every month, like $400, $500, $600 a month.
And so the 4.5 is locked?
But the 4.5 is locked for 30, 33 years. So while you might not always get the assistance, for the time being you do. So You know, that takes a $2,000 a month payment down to $1,400 a month.
Yeah.
That's a game changer for people.
No,
And then you
absolutely.
have to do, the USDA does, it is based off of location, right?
Yeah, so like
So-
USDA is one of those programs that it's trying to not just help the person, but the area, right? So it's trying to get people to move to a slightly further away from the city to boost the economy, the growth in those more rural areas. So anything farther away from the city, I'd say like 40 minutes out at least, which is kind of normal everywhere. I mean, I worked in New York and lived in New Jersey.
Yeah.
40-minute drive to a city, that's normal. In Charlotte, that's considered rural.
Yeah.
Because Charlotte's just started the boom. I mean, it's not too late to get in here. We're still cheap. But you have to go to those areas, somewhere at least, I'd say 40 minutes out.
Do you have some now, like communities
Yeah.
with true homes that would qualify for USDA?
I got so off the top of my head, I mean, personally me, I cover the territory south of Charlotte. So I mean, I have every single one of my communities is USDA eligible.
Which are?
So I got one
Or
in
where, where they
Yeah, I got
located?
one in Wingate, North Carolina, Peachland, North Carolina, Pageland, South Carolina, and Lancaster.
We have
South
one under
Carolina.
contract right now.
We have one under contract
Where?
right now. Yeah, in Wingate.
In Wingate?
Yeah, yeah.
And what's the, like the prices for that community?
That I'd say between 320 up to 500. Our sweet spot buyer right now that's going into that community
It's
is
a
about
4-bedroom,
340.
right?
Yeah.
4-bedroom, right?
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah,
Nice
we got
house.
4, 5-bedroom. You
Yeah.
could do a 6-bedroom. I mean, yeah. I mean, I literally just sold a house in Pageland, South Carolina, 4,300 square feet. They got it at 120 a foot. Like, you just can't get that.
That's one of the things I like about True Homes. And I like with you that, like you say, yes, we have the preferred lenders, but we have more options because we're really trying to help everyone to find affordable homes,
Yeah.
right? Or have a comfortable monthly payment. But what I like also about True Homes is like not all of new constructions are able to adjust or have different floor plans.
Yeah.
Right. With you can, like you say, you have 5 bedrooms, 6 bedrooms, or you can change. Like it's not like a spec home, right? Can you tell us a little bit more of that?
Yeah, so if you're picky, which everyone's picky right now,
Yeah.
because you're paying the high price. Like
Yeah.
the prices are up, everyone's like, I like this house, but me gusta, pero puedo cambiar esto.
Yeah.
Can I change this? With True Homes, I could say yes.
You
That's
can-
another reason I came here, because we could take a floor plan and we can change it up. If you want
Yeah.
a formal dining room, if you want that dining room to be open, if you want the study in the back or the front, that's possible.
Yeah.
Obviously your budget, like everything has a cost, but because we're already priced under our competitors, you can get your house the way you want it and still come under what you would at a competitor house where it's just, that's how it is. You gotta fit in their box. We make our box fit to what you want.
Yeah.
So our competition really isn't a used house or even other builders. That's another thing. Until I became an agent, I thought every new houses was a new house. Everything's the same. We're very different. I mean, being semi-custom means you could really tailor it. So my competition is always timeline, because it takes a little longer to build the house, or people getting okay with the drive now, because people are like, yeah, I want to be in Charlotte for
Yeah.
300,000, and just we don't see it.
And it's tough, right, to get
Yeah.
people to make that 40-minute drive, 45-minute drive. But I think I'm starting to see just like more people who are more open-minded to that idea.
I think that the smart people. I think
Yeah.
people a little bit stubborn. I mean, I'm sorry to say it that way, but like you say, in other places, other cities, it's normal to drive that
normal.
40, 30-minute drive.
Yeah.
But here, when you tell them that, it's like, what? If me, I look at it as an investment. And we all know, most of the time, your first home is not your forever home.
Yeah.
It's more as an investment. But if you can invest your money in a community, in a place that is growing, like, why not? Plus, you're getting all this benefit. 2-3 years from now, you know your return of investment is gonna be there instead of you buying a home somewhere else. You know, I always say new construction. I think for me, that's one of the things about new construction. As they continue to build or they build around it, price of the house continue to go up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So more equity, and especially if you buy from the beginning. You know, when the community is starting to build.
Fix your mic, bro.
Thank you. We good? Good?
Anderson
Good.
said, fix the mic, you know.
But yeah.
So, like, for example, you said like affordability. So for like some of the communities that you have, what's like the most affordable community that you have, and where is it located?
I got one.
Is it like the 320?
No. We got starting price in 250.
250.
Yeah.
Okay.
Starting.
Where
Starting means because we're custom, so we build spec homes sometimes. A spec home's like an inventory home. We picked everything.
Okay.
It's for those people who are like, I don't have time to wait. I love what you picked. I'll take it. That works for some people. Some people want to do it their way. Starting does mean you pick the house. Then you also get to pick your lot. You get to put where you want to put the house, which again, not a lot of people do, because every lot's different. You can't change the lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you can switch up your house. You can't change the location of it. And then all the finishes. So that is in Pageland, South Carolina.
Pageland, South Carolina.
Yeah, which is about 50 minutes to an hour, city center. Now crossing Charlotte earlier, but I'm talking city center, about 50 minutes to an hour. And you get cheaper, taxes in South Carolina. But it's 25 minutes from Monroe. That's the main thing.
And then what does that property look like? Like single, is it
That's
a
like
one-story?
a one-story, 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage. Hits all the checklist items for a first-time home buyer.
Okay.
Just smaller, and then we can go bigger from that. I mean, our average price right there will probably be in the 300s, like low 300s, higher 200s, depending if they want like a 2-story. And then the next best places, I mean, we have our biggest communities in Lancaster. I mean, in Lancaster, you can get anything you want, mid 200s, slightly above the 250, probably 270, 280. But that's that's the company's biggest project. Like you have luxury amenities for 280 and
For 280.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So everyone know Guerra Associates, we license in North Carolina and South Carolina, so we can help you also in Pageland, Lancaster. So we have options.
Yeah. Are you seeing more people like go out there?
Yeah.
So like Lancaster, since you've been with True Homes, like as opposed to like when you started working at, because that's very interesting, right? And I think you more than like me and Mike here would know for your own communities, like what's that change that you've been seeing? Like, man, I'm seeing more people. You know what? I'm seeing people still being stubborn. I'm not really seeing a change. So I'm curious about that.
There's a little bit of both. It's funny you said that because we just did an event, the Guerra Associates team and True Homes, just about the Latino community, right? Where are they going? They're going to Lancaster. They're going to Lancaster County, and they're going to Union County, which is some of the places we were just talking about.
Yeah.
When you look up Charlotte, where's the biggest growth for Charlotte, North Carolina? It's Lancaster County. It's not even in it's literally right over the border. So it's 120% growth in Lancaster, but only 70% in Union County. People are hopping the border.
Yeah.
Because you get the cheaper taxes, you have the quiet, but you still have access to the city. An hour from a city is normal everywhere. So people that move here, they're okay living away from a city. That's normal. That's where the affordable housing is.
Yeah.
Right? So people are doing it. We probably don't see it more than we would think. But I personally live in Lancaster County. I live in Indian Land, South Carolina. Tell anyone 5 years ago about Waxhaw, North Carolina, or Indian Land, they would have said, yeah, it's country.
Yeah.
And it was cheap.
Yes.
And now that's where all the priciest stuff is in Marvin.
Yeah.
Because the northerners, or the people that come from all those other states, like that vibe. The quiet, more land, access to the city though. Like New Jersey. I'll go to New York, but I want to live in New Jersey. Like that was like what people want.
That's true. And I had somebody who, my aunt was like, hey, one of my coworkers is coming down from Jersey, and he wants to, come out and see what's out there. So he was here, and then he went to the outskirts to like Cary, and
Raleigh.
he saw like all of the hustle and bustle hunters, like everything around here. And then, at the end, he was just like, yeah, man, no, like I'm coming down here so I can be, in the, not the country, but, just have a little bit more land, being out, which is literally what you're just saying. But still, 45 an hour drive to the city for him was like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I moved in 2017, and I came to Charlotte first because my buddy from New Jersey said he was buying a True home. I was like, let me just check it out. And I checked it out. And then I came here, and then I went to Wilmington, North Carolina. I liked it. It was too country for a northerner, right? Like it was a little too country. I was like, Charlotte's a good transition, but that's that's just what everyone's thinking. And now the locals, they're a little different because if they've lived here,
Yeah,
like I
no.
want to be close to Charlotte.
Yeah,
That's like me.
Yeah, you get used to it, you're comfortable. But I think people need to realize, okay, I guess you're comfortable, that's what you want, but let's look at reality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just reality.
Let's look at
I wish I
reality.
bought a big house in right here, right up the street from where we are right now, when the prices were there. That's just not reality. So I
Right,
go with
yeah.
what reality is.
And I think I always tell people, okay, the best time to buy is when you feel ready to buy, like, right? Don't say, okay, I'm gonna wait for the interest to go down. I'm gonna wait for the prices, because we've been hearing that, and again, there's a lot of people that regretted not buying 1 year ago because they were waiting, right? I always tell people, don't wait, and again, we have great opportunities right now in the market. So David, tell us again, because I think this is really important to go over again, about you said 4.5.
Yeah.
And you have USDA, meaning it's all finance.
Tremendo. Es tremendo. Entonces, so like a 4.5 interest rate, you can use a regular lender. We have preferred lenders, some Latino lenders that offer some great programs. They even offer what's called USDA Guaranteed.
Okay.
That anyone can offer. There's some criteria, but you get a low rate, maybe 5%. You just don't get the additional payment assistance. That's where USDA Direct comes in, because you
Okay.
get that extra payment assistance.
And that's the $500-$600
Yeah,
extra that the
yeah.
government will give you.
Yeah, yeah. You just can't make more. So what USDA helps the area,
Yes.
right? It's trying to help people go to that area, but it also tries to help people that are lower income. That's why they're giving you that rate.
But you say lower income. I mean, what's the minimum?
So the maximum
Yeah, the
income
maximum.
you can make for 4 people living in a house
Uh-huh.
is $79,750. Let's just call it 79. Like, you can't make more than 79. If you got 5 people living in the house, you're allowed to make 105 in the house. So if you got kids working or whatever. But as long as you make less than that and move to the rural area, which there's people that make, I got people that make 68K.
I think I just have a family that I met last week. I think I'm excited to go ahead and connect
someone,
with you.
someone
because-
on your team said,
Yeah.
or was it, someone just said they have someone that makes 49, and I didn't bat an eye.
Because I think that was the issue, like with the amount of people, but that's
That's
good.
the problem. You
Yeah.
can't change income.
Yeah.
We can help people with cash. We can help people with low purchase price homes, but that monthly payment.
But we have people,
Yeah.
for example, that say, okay, I only made 36, or I only did 40, right? But if you have 2 people, I mean, they qualify for that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just about, again, it's like those college scholarships that you're trying to look for a college scholarship, and it's so hard that there's so many different scholarships out there.
And you give it for closing costs as well, right?
Yeah, it depends.
So what are they
on
bringing on the table? What's the closing?
nothing.
So-
Literally nothing.
Yeah.
But people don't know that. Now, there's nothing free in this world.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as free money, right? The money that you would have put down goes into the loan. So you're paying interest on this loan,
Yes.
but that might not matter because the interest rate is so low, plus the payment assistance. Keep that cash in your pocket to buy a fridge, a washer, a dryer, a fence, furniture, right? Sometimes it's worth not putting money down. Sometimes.
That is awesome.
I tell people you should always have cash in the bank, because if your engine blows, you got an emergency, you should always have an emergency fund. You shouldn't
Yeah.
dump all your cash for a down payment.
So we got a lot of clients with 1099 or self-employed, and unfortunately they don't do the taxes right because maybe for ABC reason they just didn't do it right?
Yeah.
And they have a lot of loss, and a lot of people we get to see that they don't qualify for loans. So more likely they will be able to qualify for these type of loans.
Yeah. Me encanta que dijiste eso.
Sí, ¿por qué?
That they didn't do it right. Because one of your teammates just told me, hey,
Yeah.
1099, especially when certain president got elected, we learned that, like, you could, 1099 employees being great. You make all this money and you can write off your income, or you do your tax. So I would say people do their taxes right. They put, hey, this is for my business. I didn't really make 80 grand. I made 20 grand because I spent 60 grand on my business.
Correct.
That's doing it right.
Yeah.
Problem is, you can't have both ways. You can't tell the IRS you made 20 grand and then go get a loan and say you made 80 grand.
Correct.
No, on paper you said 20.
Yeah.
So that's what you're talking about. Yeah, that works. On paper, you made 20 grand. You are lower income.
Oh wow.
That's what they use.
Yeah.
So, because usually if you take that 20 grand to a bank, they'll say, that's not enough.
What about-
you don't qualify.
What about people with I-10 or W-7?
So it won't work so the USDA Direct program is only for that, but for if you don't have a social, I-10, W-7, bank statement loans. I mean, we got Latino lenders. We have one that's 3% down. And usually I heard that you normally need 20% down. Because it's risky. It's riskier.
So what we're telling you right now.
Yeah, one takes the risk.
Right, what we're telling you right now is that we know a lender right now that can lend you money financial for a house with only 3% down with a W718. Is that right? Is that what?
Yeah. Y también
call us.
Yeah.
704-699-3877. What's your number? Right. What's your number?
315-0554. And like we said, you know, like the goal is to be involved in the community, right? Y para poder dar a la comunidad hay que tener la información, you know, para dar a la comunidad. Y acabas de decir que si uno tiene el W7, se puede comprar con lo que es el 3% de down payment, ¿verdad?
Por supuesto, y tienes que saber,
Y normalmente muchas de las personas no compran con W7 porque el pago inicial es bastante alto.
Hay los dos problemas, es el pago mensual o el cash, right? O los dos, porque yo tengo clientes que pusieron 10%, 20%, that's a lot. It's a lot of cash. Y después, todo ese cash se puso en la casa y ya no hay un emergency fund.
Correct.
Y ya tienes ese pago mensual. En eso yo sí recomiendo 100% finance o minimum down para que si tienes una emergencia tienes tu cash. Y eso es perfecto para esas personas, right?
Y la opción que tienes para las comunidades, para que puedan saber las opciones, son las 4 comunidades donde estás.
My territory. My territory is Union County, Lancaster County, Anson, and Chesterfield.
Okay.
También tenemos comunidades en York County, Albemarle, Stanley County. Esos son los sitios donde los precios son el mejor. Una hora de la ciudad, de 40 minutos a una hora de la ciudad. Eso es donde vas a tener los precios mejor, con las opciones como quieres, no están lejos, y vas a calificar para programas que no se puede usar más cerca a Charlotte.
Y es la comunidad que empieza como a 250, ¿dónde es?
En 250 es Pageland, South Carolina.
Okay.
Y en como 270 tengo Peachland y también tengo Lancaster, South Carolina.
Okay.
Nosotros tenemos Wingate. Now Wingate es Union County, muy popular Union County. I mean, ahí está detrás. Y es más cerca. Y está a 5 minutos de una universidad. You know, if you heard anything, you invest near a college.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Wingate is putting a lot of money. We actually donated our golf course. Tenemos una comunidad que es un golf course community.
Golf course community.
Yeah,
gotcha.
$500,000 to $700,000. That's like a different buyer.
Yeah.
So we have one community every now and then that's a different than that first-time home buyer. And Stonebridge Fairways is more of like our luxury community.
And something I like about True Homes also, we can also help people build.
Yeah.
Right? Like if they have the lots or we find the lot, they can also build. So you can bring a True Home.
Like if you buy a lot?
Yeah. They can build their house.
Yeah, that's another thing.
No matter where it's at.
We have a territory right now.
Gotcha,
it's getting
okay.
bigger. It's getting bigger because we want to be the new, custom home builder. We're semi-custom, but that's where our value is because a lot of people, especially investors. So I know you have investor clients, right? They don't want to do fix and flips anymore, right?
Yeah.
Investors don't want to. Especially people coming from out of state, if they call you and they want to invest in land here, they see this house run down, they don't want to be in charge of the general contract, the fix and flip. What if something goes wrong? They'd rather buy land and just build new.
Yeah.
Because especially a builder like us, I could build a 3,000 square foot house for $100 a foot. Like we're the best price. We kill our competition that is a custom builder, because custom means high price tag. Semi-custom means as long as you use what we already have, we can alter it, but the price is much better. And you still get that kind of custom experience. I mean, we build for investors, I'd say 60% of our on your lot business, that's what it's called, OYL, on your lot. So if you buy land, I could build your dream home, I could build townhouses, duplexes, I could build your house plus a guest house in your backyard, ADU. You could rent it out on Airbnb, you know, we do.
And we also have loans for that.
Yeah, construction or perm. We have different lenders for that specifically, for residential and for investor, but we're seeing a lot of that happen in Charlotte. A lot of people are getting away from wanting to just buy a house, fix and flip it, instead of just build new. Yeah.
What areas do you guys have right now?
For on your lot?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd say it goes from Gastonia. I'd say if you just draw a big circle around Charlotte, I'd say Monroe is the furthest south.
Okay.
Sometimes you go a little past. You'd have to give us an address of like the lot you already own. Albemarle, Statesville, Mooresville, you know.
So it covers a lot of like the areas that people like look
Absolutely.
into, you know?
It's closer to Charlotte. Our more affordable ones are further, but on your lot, we're covering a little closer because that's where people want to be. That will be the higher price points, usually, but not on the house. It's on the land.
Yeah.
That's the cool part, because for us, if you build a house down here, it'll cost that same house. If I build it closer, it'll cost more because of location. I mean, it's priced in the location. With on your lot, it doesn't matter where you build the house. It's the price of the house.
It's just
you bought the land already.
Yeah.
So you buy the land, we do a free site evaluation, we look at it and we say, okay, what do you want?
And we can also help you with the lots.
Yeah.
We can help you find lots too.
That's right.
That's the big thing. You just got to find the land.
Okay.
That's it, you know? And I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find some land to build my dream house, right? I hear all the time, especially the Latino community, Latinos don't want HOA sometimes for whatever, you know, you got work trucks or whatever, you want to run your business, and you can't do that. You can't do that, right? So if you find land, we're seeing a lot of people get land in Monroe, Wingate, Marshville. We're seeing that a ton. Building out, yeah.
Perfect.
I think it's a lot of information, David.
There's a lot.
You know, from affordability, you know, if it's like communities that are available that people don't know about. Because when I think of like 250 new construction, I think about like people that don't want to go too far, like Gastonia is an option, right? Who don't want to go too far, but yet when you go to those new constructions in Gastonia, it's literally lots that are being bought and they're building on it, not true homes, but you know, you have, you know, investors who are buying and building in these lots, but the area in itself is probably not the area that everybody wants to live in. You know, as opposed to like this, it's 250, but you're in a community, right?
Yeah, you're in a community, which helps your
it's a neighborhood.
value. You know, know that at least in your immediate area, what the values are going to be. It's
not like, man, this house beside me, like I went yesterday for a listing appointment at one, and you know, the reason why, one of the reasons also, you know, as why they were moving, it's like, man, just this area, I'm not feeling it. You know, but it was a brand new home, but that 250 out in Gastonia compared, now it was a brand new construction.
Oh, okay,
you know, it's a brand new construction, so that's what I'm saying. Like you look at 250 new construction out in Gastonia, which is just a lot that was bought.
Yeah.
They built on it.
Got
as
it.
opposed to this is 250, but you're in a neighborhood. You know, it's totally different.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, I mean, I know we touched on it
for like
a bit.
families or, you know, people want to make sure that you're in a community and not just in a random street where a lot was bought and a house was built.
And people
which is
do
what
that.
you see out
people
there.
like it. People do it. The big thing is just we got to, besides true homes and loans that are out there, we got to educate. Remember how you were like, you don't know what you don't know? You don't know about these USDA, los 27, con 3% down. A lot of people don't know about Charlotte either. Like, what's going on? I said it before, we're still cheap. I used to be a business analyst for a mortgage company. I love numbers. I love like finding out like why are we even saying the stuff we're saying? Like, I mean, us as realtors, we're always saying buy now, buy now, buy now. Best time was yesterday, right? Like, I get it. It could be like someone seeing that on social media, you listening to that now. It could be like, okay, here's another person saying that, but like, that's why I use numbers, because numbers is an opinion. It doesn't, they don't lie. Numbers say we're still below average on rent price.
Yeah.
Right? I said to you, like, the amount of people that move here, we can't keep up. And those people think this is cheap. That's why the prices aren't going down.
Correct.
It's just not going to go down here. So I spend time educating people about loan programs, but also feeling good about what's the reality. The reality is that if you want to be a homeowner, you got to drive a little further than what you used to. But that's okay. True Homes, we're like a Chick-fil-A, Starbucks type of thing because our CEO because we're local, we don't just buy the popular places. We have conversations with people, relationships. And we're like, so what's going on in Wingate? And there's a reason we're out there. There's a reason we're going to build another community after that. We know what's coming.
Because
there.
you see what's coming.
We know already. We talk with people. We don't just go out there because it's cheap. We go out there because it's more affordable, but it will pop. It will help our homeowners, our clients get value, and they're gonna be like, oh, that people say, where is this? But like in Indian Land and Waxhaw, we were there. Yeah. We were there before it popped. We're not there now because if we buy there now we have to build you a house at a high price. We don't want to do that. Yeah. We want to build affordable houses to help the problem.
Well, shoot, you see, I was raised here in Charlotte, so you see like South End, Camp North End, and all of these places. Years back,
it probably wasn't like money.
Nobody was going out there to hang out and have a beer or a coffee or ice cream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that was hip. Now that's the hip place.
Yeah, now that's the place to be. And I think what you said is so important. Like when people are thinking like Lancaster, people are thinking these areas that are just outside of Charlotte, they're looking at, man, it's just far. But the educational piece where I think that's where we come in, it's like, man, we're coming out here for a reason. And this is just more so like a long-term thing for you as well. If you're able to see that, just like everybody believed in some of these areas here in Charlotte, you'll see similar results where it's just going to grow.
They'll make money.
Exactly.
Because I talked to this with another client yesterday, is that if you don't buy in these areas now, call Señor Guerra or Cedillo and just say like, hey, I'm ready to buy, you're going to get pushed out to those areas later. And the house is going to be smaller and more expensive. Like you're going to pay more later.
Yeah.
And you're going to move there anyway if you don't buy. Because you're going to get pushed out because all the stats say the money's, it's going to keep going up.
Yeah.
Right? The absolute only way that it would be different is if we saw this market crash. I don't see anything that says there's a market crash. The rates are too low for that to happen. People are flooding here. And the reason it won't happen in Charlotte is because, COVID, what happened? COVID, people lost their jobs, right?
Yeah.
So what happened? They either got the real estate license like me and like a whole bunch of other people, but they were looking for side hustles. They got on TikTok and were like, how can I make money online? Or they left where they live. They left New Jersey and California to say it's too expensive to live here. My job could kick me out at any point. I got to move to Charlotte where it's more affordable. That's another reason. So yeah, maybe other parts of the world will experience some rough real estate. Not here.
Yeah, I'll tell that.
Because they're coming here.
I know Mike says that all the time.
Yeah. I say, I don't see what
Go ahead, baby. Let him know.
No, exactly. I think we said that in our last podcast. Charlotte is growing. We have a lot of new jobs, a lot of opportunities. It's affordable compared to these other places. So people are coming here. For me, it's a great investment.
Yeah. What about the Latinos, right? We talk a bunch about some other. We're part of NAREP and we run stats.
Yeah.
The Latino community is what is it, 70% of all first-time home buyers, Latino by the year 24. I've seen it. Yeah. I've seen it. I've had success because of it, right? Because I'm right now the only Latino, and I got a second partner.
I think a lot to do with that is where it comes with the educational part.
Education.
Now,
you think it's just because they know?
Now because I think there's more real estate agents. I'm not, we're here to actually help the community and educate the community. Yeah. And that's what we're trying to do here. I mean, that's the reason we're doing this podcast and these interviews. And thank you for coming again. It's because we want to educate. We want to let the people know what's going on out there. 5-10 years ago, that wasn't there. And I was still in different podcasts and different occasions have mentioned that I wish my parents would have bought a house or a lot of family members or a lot of people that I knew, but it's that mentality or they thought they couldn't. And a lot of, like today's day, there's a lot of people think that they can, but yes, they can do it. There's probably let us help you. Like sometimes, like we are here to help, and I would say go to the expert.
Yeah.
Right? Don't listen to the media like you say, oh, we're not gonna see, I don't think we're gonna see a crash here in Charlotte. Again, it's affordable, a lot of jobs coming in, invest. If you can, buy, find out. A lot of people, they're ready to buy and they don't know that they can get pre-approved. They just think they can.
Yeah, they just think it's mindset. It's definitely mindset.
Absolutely. And I think also like you know, for our community, and I include myself in it, right? I think just like lack of knowledge. If you don't, like, man, you don't know, you just don't know. And I think that the more que nuestra gente obtenga la información, the more that the home ownership for us will increase.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And once, and I think that's the key, man. Whenever like you share these things, I'm like, bro, we just gotta let everybody
We gotta let
like,
everyone
we
know.
gotta let people know about the information about, you know, that the prices, affordability, USDA Direct. You know, that's one of the problems with when you speak to like la comunidad. It's like, no, es que me dijeron because I make this and I can't.
Estamos muy cómodos.
You know, like we can't do this, we can't do that, we
Work
can't do
hard,
that.
pay rent,
You know,
work
it's
hard,
like,
gotta
no,
work
let's,
smart now.
let's get it to them.
So I think we're getting towards the end of the podcast, so I want to change it up a little bit. I want to ask you this, but I want to ask you in Spanish, and I want you, if you can try to tell me all of it in Spanish, because I do want to communicate this also to maybe some of the people that are watching us, but maybe they don't speak English 100%, because we want to help everyone, right? So, again, ¿cuál es la tasa de interés que ustedes están ofreciendo? ¿Qué tipo de programas ustedes están dando? ¿Y cuáles son los precios que están ustedes, que tiene True Homes en el área que tú cubres?
Ok, entonces, precios primero, porque precios no cambian, right? Para entrar a True Homes, tenemos comunidades pensando en 250. Pero cada mes pueden subir. Entonces, más temprano que te pueden meter, el mejor. Y tenemos casas de 500,000, right? Pero tenemos opciones comenzando en 250.
Sí. Una de mis favoritas es Wingate, porque aún no está tan alejado de Charlotte. Los precios están que entre los 320 hasta
arriba.
Y estamos hablando de 3, 4 cuartos, ¿verdad? Y en esa comunidad estás ayudando a muchas personas con, vuelvo y repito, con la serie de 4.5.
Yo tengo...
Y todo financiado.
Sin, no tienen que traer nada de dinero.
Con ese USDA loan.
Con ese programa de USDA Direct, que es un programa del government que no puedes hacer más de $79,000, una familia de 4. Si tienes 5 personas, un bebé cuenta. Si hay 5 personas en la casa, puedes ganar 105,000, el máximo. Si ganas menos de eso, tú calificas para el programa, no importa el crédito.
Pero ese de USDA Direct, ese es el que estás diciendo que también te dan como $500 a $600 mensual el gobierno, que te ayuda para tus pagos mensuales.
Yo tengo una familia, latinos, que acabaron de aplicar, estamos esperando el pre-approval, pero compraron una casa de 340 y ellos calificaron para un mortgage de 2,000 con $600 mensual en payment assistance. Entonces, para $1,400 para una casa de 4 habitaciones de 340. Hay gente pagando $1,000 más.
Claro.
En una casa
y
de
en
340. Con los intereses, y en renta también, right?
Y es USDA.
USDA Direct.
Que son los alrededores.
Y también tenemos también personas, para las personas que nos están viendo, que tenemos prestamistas financieros que ahorita para la gente de W7 y E-Teen están dando con el 3%.
3%, eso es todo, El interés puede ser un poquito más altico, no mucho, porque hay más riesgo.
Correcto.
Pero, ¿qué importa si no tienes que poner otros?
Ahora, eso es un costo de cierre que tal vez que también se puede negociar con el vendedor para ayudar a bajar esos puntos.
Sí, hay comunidades que nosotros estamos regalando 10, 15, $20,000.
$20,000 de costo de cierre.
Now, eso puede cambiar cada mes, todo depende en el nuevo año. Con los intereses bajándose, si estamos busy y no necesitamos...
Claro.
Hay mucha gente en la línea.
Por eso hay que comprar ahorita, aprovechar, porque después cuando hay mucha competencia se va a volver una locura.
Como dijimos, el mejor tiempo a comprar era ayer.
Claro.
Entonces, pero te podemos ayudar, solo tienes que llamar.
¿Qué tú piensas?
Hacer las preguntas.
¿Qué tú piensas de eso, Omar Cedillo?
Man, I think it's amazing. Toda la información que uno necesita, que la comunidad necesita, entre más opciones mejor. ¿Verdad? So, bro, I think it's amazing.
Está bien, muchas gracias. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. We're looking forward.
Bro, we really do.
We're looking forward for working with you next year, killing it, and helping the community, helping everybody to get to this affordable
Vamos a
homes.
ayudar.
Claro que sí. Entonces,
together.
Sí,
muchas gracias. Estamos muy emocionados. Claro que sí.
Bueno, mi gente, gracias for tuning in, you know.
Aquí nos vemos para el próximo episodio. Síganos. Ya saben, Omar Ceirillo, Michael Guerra, David
Silva Sepúlveda Sader Cocio.
De Colombia, parcero.
Chao.